everyone, I'm Thilsey and welcome to our Generation 3 of the Crybaby Whims Legacy Challenge. This is Aspen, our sim that we'll be playing with, and before anything, let me go through the rules for this generation. So our Aspen needs to have terrible grades in school, meet and fall in love with a sim that has the exact same traits as her, which in her case will be evil, geek and self-assured. She needs to have 3 friends all with an evil trait, get pregnant but take no time off, have her parents, in this case her mother, move in to take care of the baby, maintain a low relationship with her child, have a terrible reputation, max out her mischief and her criminal career. So now that we have gone over the rules, let me just introduce you to the household and where we're currently at. If you are new, I would highly recommend catching up with Generation 2 first. It is so fun. I've never had so much fun in The Sims so far. So I will link a playlist for you in the description, but you don't have to, you can still follow the story, so whatever works for you. But if you are coming back from Gen 2, you can see that we had a bit of a time skip and a lot of things changed, but it's not a huge time skip. It was only, I think, about 3 days in the game. So let me just catch you up, tell you what's happening. After what happened at the farm, Flora had to run away with her children to the city, where they aged up to teenagers, and Aspen has realized that something strange is going on. She doesn't know what happened with her father, but she has a suspicion that something terrible happened to him. So she's been trying to explore what's going on, trying to force information out of some low-level criminals, as you can see in that little intro. So she's really trying to work her way through the criminal network and figure out what happened to her father. Surely not someone knows something, but so far she had no luck. But she found a lot of comfort in gaming, which is something she's been doing quite a lot recently, and she got a geek trait when she aged up. But now that you know a little bit more about Aspen, let me show you the rest of the household and their apartment finally. So they have moved to the city, very different from their cute little farm. So this will be the apartment. I think I'm going to show you that first. It is definitely not something that they were used to, especially not their mother Flora, but this is our kitchen. We had a couple of fires in a couple of days that they've been living here because this lot I believe is cursed or something like that, so things are not easy. So quite a few things actually burnt down and we can't really replace them because we have no money. Look at this, 155 simoleons. Things are tough to say the least. But anyway, here is also a really small bathroom, a living room area which is not really great. They really don't have a lot of money, so things are tough. Things are looking a little bit sad. We have cockroaches, probably mice somewhere, but they're really trying to make this place their home. Flora's bedroom, which has weirdly enough a big planter in the middle. I'll talk about that in a second. But there's not really that much in this room, but however, she has tried to surround herself with all of the old family photos back when things were mostly good. So all the photos of the children, even a photo with Thomas back when things were okay. She wants to remember those times still, despite everything. All of the photos of her animals and stuff, and a photo of her mother right next to her bed, so she always keeps her close, and also sunflowers because her father loved sunflowers. On the other side, we have a couple more family photos and even more here. But the planter, she is working a lot with her flowers, so she keeps some more delicate ones inside because she has a lot of room, so why not? But she also has this balcony outside with a small vertical garden and her bees. That's pretty much the only thing that kind of survived everything that's been going on the farm. And her flower arranging table, she still does work in the gardening career. She is currently on level 4 and I think it's gonna stay that way unless something bad happens and she has to quit or something. But currently she still has the job, but she does still have this flower arranging table more as a second option type of deal in case she has no way of making money or if she needs any extra, because they really need some extra money. Oh, and I forgot, I actually didn't show you the full room where the twins live. So we have Aspen and her twin brother Ezra, and they have this room that they have to share together. I don't know how happy they are about that because they don't get along quite well. So this is Aspen's side. Very messy, very intense. She's not a very neat sim, as you can see. Meanwhile, Ezra is trying to keep things quite nice and organized. He is kind of missing the farm life, but in the city he has developed a bit of a interest in environment as well. So he still has a lot of interest in nature. He's just trying to adapt to his new environment. So he kind of instead of taking care of the farm, he's just thinking about taking care of environment in general. Also a bit of art to cope with everything. And he has also joined Scouts, so I think that would be pretty great for him. Oh, and one more thing, just one more thing, I swear. I forgot to mention that actually our Gen 3 color scheme is orange and pink, so that explains the color scheme in the bedroom, and the rest of the flat does have some orange stuff, but mostly pink and white because Flora's generation was pink and white. But you might be noticing that Flora is also looking a little bit different, so let's just jump into cast real quick before we start playing. So let's start off with Flora then. She has, well, aged a little bit. She is an adult after all, but she also had to change her style quite a bit, so let's take a look at that. You can definitely see that her face has aged quite a bit if you're coming back from her generation. She also changed her hair and changed her glasses. That is kind of to change her appearance a little bit so no one really recognizes her in case someone figures out what she did. So she decided to change her look and also her style so she blends in a bit more in the city, so she's not looking so cottagecore-esque. You can maybe also notice that she's not wearing any makeup anymore. It's all just a little bit too much work for her. She's just so tired of everything that she just decided, okay, I can't be bothered with makeup. And she has also lost quite a bit of weight because of all of the stress, and her posture has also kind of changed. She's just very worn down and tired, unfortunately. But moving on to Ezra, he is our Gen 3's Aspen's twin brother. He is just so sweet. I really love Ezra. He's been through quite a lot, so I really hope that he will finally catch a break, and Flora is trying to make things right with him and have him be taken care of and happy and relaxed now that everything is seemingly over. When he was a child, I didn't really want to exclude him from the run for the heir, but I have decided that Aspen is obviously going to be the heir, so I stopped dressing him in orange and now he is mostly dressing in pink and white. I would like him to be his own person a little bit more to remove this strict color scheme because he's not really an heir potential anymore, so it doesn't really matter that much. But I decided to dress him in his mom's color scheme in a way to kind of support her, so he's definitely siding with Flora through everything that's been going on, so that's kind of his way of supporting his mother. Which, speaking of, I think that they actually do have a supportive family dynamic because Flora is really trying to make things right with Ezra and support him through everything. When he aged up to a teenager, he actually aged up with the erratic trait. It is really hard for him to keep his emotions and thoughts in check after everything, so he does need a little bit extra support. But now moving on to the star of the show, quite literally, this is our Aspen, a main character of Generation 3. I'm so excited to finally show her off because wow, she's stunning. She actually looks a lot like her father. You can definitely tell that she's just pure Thomas. I feel like pretty much the only thing that is Flora's is like the skin tone, maybe the hair, but everything else is Thomas. That must be also really like freaky for Flora to see Aspen to look so much like Thomas. To be fair, Ezra looks a lot like him as well, so it's really weird for Flora to see her children that they look so much like their father who caused so much pain and destruction recently. But this is Aspen. She, as I said, aged up with a geek trait because she figured out that gaming is actually helping her quite a lot to deal with everything and just kind of clear her thoughts. And she has the public enemy aspiration because she needs to complete that for her aspiration. As I said, her color scheme is pink and white, which was honestly kind of difficult to work with, but I hope I did a good job. I didn't put almost any makeup on her because she just aged up to a teenager, so I tried to keep that quite light, but I think that her style will change quite a lot once she gets a little bit older, so she will start to experiment with some bolder looks in the future. But let me know, what do you think of everyone? I'm just so happy to finally share them with you. But now let's finally get into the game. I know that this intro was pretty long, but I just kind of wanted you to see where we're at, what's going on, so we can finally start getting into the gameplay. But we have a Summerfest going on today, and I believe actually at the same time that we have GeekCon, and since Aspen has aged up with the geek trait and has found some interest in gaming, I think that she would be kind of interested in this. Maybe even Ezra because he had the geek trait when he was a child, but those two probably would not really want to spend that much time together. So I think I will just send Aspen to GeekCon. She doesn't really want to spend that much time at home with her family anyway, so I think that she would really enjoy this. So while her brother and her mother are busy doing their own stuff, she's just gonna sneak out of the apartment and go travel to GeekCon. She has been roaming around the city for quite a bit already because she's been trying to make some connections with some lower rank criminals, trying to figure out what's been happening with her father, where he is. Someone probably knows something in his circles. As I said, she had no luck so far, but she's working really hard to make some connections, also make herself a future to climb through the ranks a little bit quicker. She also has that on her mind. She is very ambitious when it comes to that, but finding her father is her priority right now. He was quite evil, he was quite terrible, but Aspen was pretty much the only one that actually loved him. So of course she's confused and she wants to find him. She hates her mother, she hates her brother. If things were up to her, she would be living with her father. Oh, and you're already gaming level 5. That is actually quite quick. Well, you know what? While you are on this thing, why don't you do the ultimate gaming test? It might be a little bit too soon for you, but just to see where you're at actually, so who knows, maybe you will actually do quite well in this. I want her to have a little bit of fun on GeekCon. She's been working so hard trying to find out what happened with her father that she hasn't really had that much fun in the city quite yet. She's just been arguing with people, kind of fighting them and trying to force information out of them. So instead of doing that today, let's try to have a little bit of fun on GeekCon. Oh, and she failed the ultimate gaming test. Maybe I should send her to do some more gaming on this thing. She doesn't have anything like that at home, so it would be pretty fun. Maybe she can even join a tournament. So let's give that a go instead. Hacking and programming and building rockets is not quite for her, but gaming, if she puts a little bit more effort into that, would be. And she spent quite a bit of money. She spent 50 simoleons. I think that Flora would be quite mad, but maybe she can earn this money back so no one will really notice. But even if someone does notice, I don't think that she would really be scared to argue with her mother, but we'll see what happens. Speaking of arguing with her mother, actually, she does want to become enemies with Flora. It's really that bad, and she just wants to make an enemy in general, so I think I will allow her that at some point. Oh no, the festival just ended before she even got a chance to finish that, and Flora is saying curfew is about to start. If you don't go home soon, you will, I'm assuming, be punished. Their curfew is actually at 7 p.m. It's quite strict. It's really soon because Flora is worried about her children after everything that's been going on, so she does not want them out late, especially because she's worried about Aspen getting into some bad circles. Well, while you're out, might as well get you a drink, right? So let's order your favorite drink. Let's see what it is. She really should not be drinking. That's actually a good point. She got herself something that's, I'm guessing, Sim's equivalent of beer. She's really angry. I feel like she could be a bit of an angry drunk. I don't think that she really likes, oh, she just wants to insult and fight with people. Oh, she's not gonna love this. Karaoke night. Especially if she's gonna be in a bad mood. I feel like she'll try to punch anyone who is trying to sing. She just got to mischief level 2. I would have think that it was a lot higher at this point, honestly. She tried to throw her drink on this guy and it actually failed. That's so embarrassing. He's literally laughing at her. Oh, that is embarrassing. You can't let him laugh at you. You really can't let him laugh at you. Now I actually need to fight him. They now despise each other. But you know what, actually, I just realized that teens probably can't fight adults, so I won't be able to fight him. She has just arrived home and her mother is like just watching, and she's probably very angry that she's so late. Curfew started like 4 hours ago, so they are immediately arguing about the curfew, about the house rules. Ezra does not want to be involved, but he's probably trying to look out for his mother. Who knows what Aspen could do or say. She's a bit unpredictable, but things are very tense. Aspen is kind of just bored of this. She does not want to hear anything her mother has to say. She's gonna even mock the uncool adult, whine about unfair life, how she would rather be with her father. All of this is so stupid. Argue about the curfew as well. It's just ridiculous. But Flora obviously does not want to hear any of that. She is her parent. She knows what's best for her, what's safest. Oh, and Natalie, she is one of Flora's sisters, actually got pregnant right now. We need to spend a little bit more time with Flora's siblings now that we finally can safely. And Noah also is gonna have a baby. Oh, the family's really expanding. How are we even family? She does not even consider Flora Flora to be her family. She hates her that much. But she was an argument loser in that first argument about house rules, which makes a lot of sense. But weirdly enough, that actually maxed Flora's parenting. She's parenting level 10 right now, even though they are literally arguing. And it looks like no one's really winning. Are we having some kind of no-win scenario? Yeah, no-win scenario about the curfew. You know what, fair enough. 7 p.m. is really strict, but the situation that they're in is really intense. So Flora just gave up on that conversation, and I don't blame her, especially when Aspen is in such a bad mood. It's probably really difficult to get through to her. Both of the kids are finally asleep, so Flora has some time to actually work on her flower arrangements. She does need to make a decent amount of money, not only to fix up stuff that got destroyed in the fire, but I think that bills could come in pretty much any day, and she can't afford those for sure. It's almost 3 a.m. and Flora has just finished working on this. Oh, we're gonna earn actually quite a bit of money, so sell that immediately so we can replace some things. But she works in 5 hours. She's not really that tired though, so that's pretty good. But still, I'm gonna send you to go to sleep immediately. But I can actually replace stuff. I'm gonna prioritize the kitchen. Maybe I can actually replace everything in the kitchen, and maybe I can even do stuff in her room. She definitely deserves it. Oh no, I actually can't. That's a bit of a shame, but this is definitely next on the agenda. Oh no, Flora woke up very early because not only do we have cockroaches, but we also have a rat like running around. I do kind of need to obliterate it because she's just so shocked. You know, I feel so bad for the poor thing, but please just leave us alone. I can't get rid of the cockroaches because the plants are apparently protecting them, but hopefully at least we can just get rid of this one thing. I feel kind of bad for the small little guy though. Anyway, Flora, grab yourself some breakfast. You're already on your way. Up so early. She's also so sad, embarrassed, tense. Things are not looking really nice in this apartment. I'm sure that she misses her cute little perfect farm because this is like pretty terrible. The conditions in this apartment are quite bad, but they really could not afford anything more because she had to run away, just grab a bit of money that she had available and just go drop everything. So they couldn't afford anything better, unfortunately. She works in 1 hour though, so I'm gonna send her to work. And speaking of, Ezra is awake, getting ready for school. You need to take a shower, and then I'm gonna have you grab yourself some breakfast while Aspen is just sleeping in, does not care about school at all, which is obviously quite clear. I wonder if she'll even go to school today, to be honest. Nah, I'm gonna skip school. I don't really care that much. So should Aspen skip school? Yeah, she woke up feeling so sad, and that is because she needs to work hard to figure out what's been happening with her dad. Where is he? She has no idea. So get yourself ready, and then we can do some more roaming around the city to figure out what's been going on. I sent her out to just have a bit of fun outside, not really care that much about stuff, and then if anyone that she recognizes passes by, she can bother them for info. Currently, she's not really noticing anyone. The main people that she is kind of looking for is the criminals that her father used to hang out with, that she kind of talked to a little bit when she was a kid, but she can't even find them. So she's trying to find some lower rank criminals that could potentially know them, but she has no luck with any of that right now. So she is kind of stuck, doesn't quite know what to do. Right now, pretty much the only thing that she can do is harass random people and figure out if they are useful in her criminal circles. I mean, what are the odds of that? But still, she is doing her best to figure out if anyone can offer her some useful information. And the problem is that even when she does run into people that she does potentially have use of, they won't really give her any info for free. She has to do stuff in return, do some odd jobs and stuff, but she currently thinks that that is below her. She's not going to be anyone's little servant. That's why she has basically no luck. Everyone is just leaving her just like that. Oh no, she just ran into Olivia. She stayed with Olivia for a couple of days when she was a child, and I'm guessing that she probably thinks that Olivia knows what's been going on. Olivia doesn't really like her that much because Aspen scares her, but Aspen probably thinks that Olivia knows what's been going on, but Olivia has no idea about any of that. But Aspen is determined that Olivia probably knows something. She's an adult in the family. She knows stuff that's going on, right? So she's trying to kind of pull info from her, and Olivia is getting a little little bit shocked. Like, what's been happening at your farm? Are you serious? Flora has not been telling me any of this. So Olivia's probably gonna be a little bit concerned. Why has her sister kept so many insane secrets? So we might have to confront Olivia a little bit, which might cause Flora and Olivia to fall out, honestly. Even though Olivia wants to help, but Flora decided that she wants to deal with everything by herself. So Aspen's definitely sharing some info that she's not supposed to at all, and it's not her business really. She isn't too mean to Olivia though. She is family. She's just a bit of a trickster, but they still don't really like each other that much. Yeah, Olivia's just like, I've had enough. She just reached mischief level 3 and Olivia's like, yep, bye, I'm gone. I need to think about everything that you just said. Oh wow, Flora has just been promoted and she can actually choose her career branch. This is quite interesting. She can be a botanist or a floral designer. Botanist would actually include working with cow plants, and she has been badly burnt by that at this point, so I do not think that she would ever go in this career branch. Maybe before everything that happened she would find this to be super fascinated. She was fascinated by cow plants, but then things just went downhill from there. So she's definitely gonna go for a floral designer. She does do that at home anyway as a side thing, but making it full-time along with the part-time would be pretty great. It is paid less, but there is no way that she would go for any of this ever again. And she's back at 2, but Aspen is currently actually technically home, but she's not in the apartment. So Flora might not notice that actually Aspen skipped school if she stays out of the apartment for another hour and then just comes back and pretends that she was at school, while Flora is checking their room to make sure that Aspen is actually not in the room. But she is kind of thinking, okay, I need to check if she actually went to school. And currently she thinks that Aspen actually has. The apartment is empty, her room is empty, so surely she's at school. Where else she will be? Oh, and I noticed actually that her promotion gave her quite a bit of money, so I can actually repair stuff in her room. Oh, I messed up bad. I messed up bad. I did not realize that these things would be so expensive. I'm so sorry for like wasting all of your money. I'm so sorry. Ezra is back from school as well. You need a lot of fun. Oh, why don't you join Flora in some cooking to make a dinner together? And Aspen, you are still outside just having a bit of fun, but it is kind of safe for you to go home, so you might as well just go upstairs, pretend like you came back from school. I don't think Ezra would really notice anything, or at least say anything. He probably just wants to stay out of Aspen's way, so I don't think that he would necessarily really snitch on her that she wasn't in school. He was kind of snitching on Aspen and Thomas to Flora before, and he learned his lesson the hard way after that, so I don't think that he would really want to do that ever again, which is pretty unfortunate because Flora does kind of need to know that Aspen was not at school. But Ezra's not going to say anything. He's looking pretty tense. He is looking quite angry. He probably really wants to tell Flora, but he's just kind of scared after everything. But Aspen is just kind of going somewhere. She is actually currently at work. She has joined a part-time criminal career because she realized, yeah, no one's really going to be doing any of these favors for free. I can't find my father. I can't find his friends if I don't do favors for other criminals. So she has decided, okay, I'm just gonna start doing some little odd jobs in the evenings for some lower rank criminals, and then after some time maybe I can progress to some higher ranks and then they can surely tell me something. So she actually has started to work part-time in this criminal career. But anyway, these two are finally chatting and spending some time together, gaining some good sentiments. Flora's probably trying to calm Ezra down because he's feeling so tense. Things are kind of good and nice and peaceful as soon as Aspen actually left the apartment. But Ezra is dealing with some anger management. He's got some anger issues. Sometimes I just get so angry that I don't know what to do with myself. How can I deal with things when I can't even? That makes so much sense. He does have that erratic trait. I did say his emotions are really fluctuating through the day. He doesn't quite know what to do with himself. And Flora's definitely going to offer that she can talk to him whenever he wants, so talk it through with someone. By someone, she means herself. I love that these two are bonding quite a bit, but I am noticing that this is also broken. It's looking a little bit scary, so Flora, you should attempt to repair that. She's kind of good at fixing things. And Ezra, you need some fun desperately, so you know what? You kind of like gaming, and I don't think that Aspen really lets him game here when she's home, home, so you might as well use this setup while she's away somewhere. Oh, and looks like Flora actually managed to fix this. See, she's really good at stuff. Oh, wait a minute. This is actually super important. Traitor! One of the gang members double-crossed the gang and run away afterwards. The member was caught and boss asked Aspen to punish him. The former gang member gave plenty of fair reasons why he left the gang. What should Aspen do? She would absolutely punish him. In her eyes, there are no fair reasons to double-cross anyone. She may not be the best sim, but she is loyal to her criminal buddies, which she doesn't really have that many currently, but she is trying to climb through the ranks to find her father and to build herself some kind of boss future. So yeah, punish him. Aspen did as boss said and punished the former gang member badly. Boss was satisfied though. If only Flora knew what her daughter was doing right now, she would not be happy. But at least Ezra is happy that he gets the game on this relatively cool setup. As I said, they're quite poor right now, so the tech is not quite ideal, but at least he has this and he's really happy that he can use it at least for once. Aspen is actually back from work right now. She earned 24 simoleons but did some great work. Oh, but when she sees Ezra on her gaming setup, she will be so mad. It's like the one joy that she has, so she can't let him touch that. It's not his, it's not fair, so she's definitely gonna throw some punches. I wonder who's gonna win. Oh, he actually did win. He is mortified though, so he did not love this. Oh, he dislikes pranks. Of course he does. That prank stank. You dislike pranks. Okay, sure. Oh no, Flora woke up because of these loud neighbors here. She can knock on the door politely though, so I am just gonna have her do that. I don't think that she would pound on the door. Aspen most likely would though. Hopefully someone answers the door. Complain about loud noises. Try to complain about all of this quite oh, I was gonna say quite nicely. She's looking very angry. He's not taking her seriously at all. Hey, I live here too. Oh, I hate people like that. I hate people like that. Alright, you know what? I think I will have Aspen take care of this. She will not be having any of this BS. If it's bothering her, she will let them know. And let's complain again. Complain angrily about the noise. So let's see if he's gonna take her seriously. Hey, I live here too. Oh, I hate you so much. Let's do a rude introduction. No, don't be running away. But let's act tough with him so he's not willing to mess with you, and he would probably be intimidated enough to actually listen to your complaints. He's not taking her very seriously, but probably because she is so young actually. So yeah, no one's really taking her seriously. Not that guy at the bar, not her neighbor, even though she is trying to be really scary and intimidating. Most times they're not really paying that much attention to what she has to say. He is looking a little bit intimidated though, but not too much. He's almost laughing at her face really. He's literally on his phone. This is getting so bad. He's just leaving. He's even going into her apartment to do something in the fridge. He's literally eating her birthday cake. Flora's getting quite shocked by this interaction. She just thought, oh, you invited the neighbor over for a chat? Oh, never mind. You're just being a nightmare. Let's do a cheerful, maybe a polite introduction actually. So this guy does not think that we're all insane like Aspen. Yeah, let's try to help and fix this bad relationship. I don't think it would really work, but let's see. So let's see. Is he trying to apologize? She should be the one apologizing, but apparently it worked. He is scared though. He's literally running away. Well, it's the next morning. Well, a couple of hours later. No one really managed to get a lot of sleep after that very annoying neighbor, but Flora is working in 2 hours, so you better take care of yourself. Oh, and this is actually pretty great that her daily task is crafting flower arrangements, so she has a lot of potential to actually reach like the top of her career or something. But Ezra, I'm gonna have to wake you up to go get ready for school because you definitely want to be on time, and Aspen does not care again really that much, so I'm just gonna let her sleep and do her thing. Flora is going to work before Aspen has to go to school anyway, so I don't think that she would notice, unfortunately. Oh, wait a minute, what happened? Do we have bills that we didn't pay? I did not realize. I don't think that we have bells. No, we don't actually have bells. Then what happened? Is it because this thing is broken? Oh, it was just temporary. Oh, I've never seen that before. That is really annoying, but really interesting. Aspen actually woke up just in time for school. Maybe she would actually go today just so she doesn't get kicked out, but still she'll be quite late. Aspen is back from school. I don't think that she actually made any enemies, weirdly enough, and so is everyone else. Flora is back from work. Ezra is also home from school, but oh, you're taking a little nap. But I realized that Aspen has run into Olivia yesterday, and she revealed pretty much everything that's been going on that Olivia has no idea that happened. So I think that Olivia might want to come around today and try to talk things through with Flora. So Olivia actually arrived with all of the other siblings, and this is a bit of a like intervention for Flora actually. Like, oh my god, you've been living here in these conditions, like no shame or anything, but it's not really necessary. Look how many of us there is here. We can all help you. But Flora is probably going to be, if anything, a little bit offended by all of this, because it's not fair that they're just treating her this way. She thinks, okay, I can handle things on my own. Why are you being like that? And she's immediately developing difficult family dynamics. Her and Nathan are difficult, and I think she'll get this with pretty much everyone. She's just kind of yelling at everyone like, how dare you come here and shame my life? I thought that we would finally get closer, and now you're doing this to me. Like, why are you doing this? I don't need your help. She's just being a little bit defensive because she actually knows that they're right, that her life is a complete mess, and that she should have asked for help ages ago, but now it just feels a little bit too late, and she thought that she would finally be able to spend a bit of normal quality time with everyone, and now everyone's kind of pressuring her about everything that's been going on. She is just not happy with that. She never wanted any of this. She thought, okay, maybe I'll be able to spend some time with my siblings now that everything is over. Now they're trying to force her to talk about everything that she went through, and she thought that that chapter of her life is over, so she's having a bit of a meltdown at this intervention. This is literally the last thing she wanted, and Olivia is also probably kind of offended. She's literally yelling at her that Flora never really told her everything. Like, what do you mean your partner died? What do you mean you brought him back to life? What do you mean he became a criminal? How much of your life have we missed? We don't even know you anymore at this point. And Flora is super offended. Of course she would be, but so is Olivia, especially because these two are always so close. And she just passed out in front of everyone. Things are tough, and all of this is happening in her messy, smelly, gross apartment while she has a power outage. Things are just kind of bad, and Flora cannot catch a break. She just managed to crawl to the couch and just be like, okay, you do you just do kind of whatever. I cannot be bothered. I just need to sleep for a bit. Her son is also just sitting here stinky, probably having a bit of a meltdown, so he's not really taking care of himself either that well. It just went horribly wrong. Everyone is caught at their worst moment ever, and Aspen is back from being a criminal, coming back so dirty as well, probably smelling of like cigarettes and alcohol and whatever, because she was probably hanging out with those types of people, doing an evil laugh in front of everyone. Oh, things are just so bad. Things are just so concerning right here, and I don't really know how they would actually help her, even though they're trying to clean, they're trying to cook, but Flora is refusing help. That's kind of the problem, and this well-intended intervention will probably drive her away from her family. She probably would not even want to invite them over anymore, and she doesn't want to deal with any of this anymore, so she's just gonna be like, you know what, look, everyone go home. And everyone is going. They are listening. They can't really stay forcefully in her apartment because she does not want them here. Although Olivia is not leaving, she's still determined to cook for them and clean for them, but Flora's gonna be like, no, you just go away. I really do not need any of this. Just get out. So she's also leaving. Flora is just so angry, so tired. So I think I'm just gonna end it here on this wonderful frame. Things are kind of bad in the household for everyone. The apartment is trash. Their family relationship is a trash, and that's making Aspen more determined than ever to find her father and potentially have a better life with him. Of course, she has no idea that she will never be able to find her father, but if you want to see her journey with that, oh, power's back on, that's great. But if you want to see how that journey of looking for him is gonna go in the future, click right here for the next episode, and if the next episode is not out yet, here is something to to watch while you wait. See you there!